You are live with Dr. Chapa. Good day, good morning. Hey, I don't know what time it is where you're listening, but I'm glad you're tuned in to the Dr. Chapa show. You were and are always designed to thrive, man. Do you realize that most people today are literally suffering needlessly with symptom patterns that they were not genetically born with? And that's unfortunate. And I would love to see people get a grip on their lip. They not to get hung by their tongue in complaints and whining or to be confused and not know where to start. So I get on these calls every week in order to teach you how to live better, be better, stay better. Why? Because you're awesome and you deserve to feel good. And I want you living your best life now, today. You know, they say, when's the best time to plant an oak tree? Yeah, that was 25 years ago. When's the second best time to plant an oak tree? That's today. Today, folks. So if you don't feel your best, if you have symptom patterns you weren't genetically born with, wait, if you have symptom patterns that you were not genetically born with, yeah, I said it right, then you're tuned into the right place. This is important information, and you are going to learn tonight why your body is tired all the time. Frankly, the truth no one tells you. So I am excited that you're dialed in. If you have never been a part of the Dr. Chapa Wellness show, the podcast, or our events, just go to drchapawellness.com. I got a ton of old replays you can go check out. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can be signed up for our newsletter list. It's free to you. It's an opportunity for me to give you the best, most up-to-date health and wellness information available that I've been teaching for 20 years. Guys, I'm excited to help you thrive because you were designed to thrive, baby. That's right. The real reason you're exhausted and how to reset it. This is a great show tonight. I'm excited to present it and want you to get the most out of it. So if you have questions, put them in the chat below. If you've got things that you want to know, put it in the chat below. If you've got comments, put it in the chat below. If you would love to share this information, please do so. That helps us get this word out to people. People don't realize it, but they need you to share the message because they don't know this stuff exists. Just because you know it, just because I know it, doesn't mean that people don't need to hear it and be told about it, because not everybody knows this information. I am still shocked at the fact that I sometimes feel like I'm a broken record, but I'm here to break you of the spirit of repetition. I need to hear this stuff all the time because the donuts are coming at me too. The sugar and the candies and the sweets and the treats are coming at me as well. And guess what? It's your life, your health, your choice, and you were designed to thrive, not survive. And if you're eating junk food, processed food, make-believe food, the best you'll ever have is, somebody put in the comments below, make-believe health. That's right. So guys, it is your life, your health, your choice. So make sure that you are dialed in. You're not broken, but if you have sadness and stress and depression and you're fearful or have, extreme situations going on, then guess what? So pups, I want you to recognize that you don't have to live that way anymore. You don't have to be depressed. You don't have to be burned out. You don't have to be sitting back wondering why your body's broken, why you're broken down and don't know how to get out of that funky spot. You've got to listen to your body. Your body was never designed for toxic load. It was never designed for the stressed, busy life. I was just teaching my kid the other day about busy. The word busy means being under Satan's yoke. You know, in the olden days, when they would yoke an animal, they would put this heavy loaded yoke on their back. There's even yokes you can buy for your gym carries experience. And you can carry these heavy yokes and have strongman competitions. Why do they call it a yoke? The idea of a yoke is a heavy burden. And that's why the Bible says that we are to cast our cares on the Lord because his burden is light, his yoke is easy. Guys, that's exciting. And I want you to grasp this. Burnout, depression, stress, these are all check engine lights that are showing you that you are heading towards a bad place. You don't have to stay there, though. And I want to interrupt that cycle. Being under Satan's yoke is a bad place to be. So check yourself before you wreck yourself because it ain't going to get better. The toxins are coming and stresses aren't going away, especially around the holidays, especially in the world we're living in today where people are trying to figure out this online space and they're trying to navigate like what's real marketing and not real marketing, and what's people really talking about out there in the world, and all the business dealings that we're having to keep up with. And this is information overload. And there's so many things that you can do to stabilize the noise, to settle your thoughts, to balance your emotions, so that you can take good, healthy action. That's the T method. I've taught that for years. So if you respond well, you will produce good fruit. Tea in water can only produce what? Tea. Coffee in water can only produce what? Coffee. If you are producing anything other than love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, kindness, self-control, then you have check engine lights screaming to be dealt with. So you're not broken. Your body's just trying to get a message to you. Today, you're going to learn why you're really exhausted and what's happening at the cellular level. Like that little kid right there, information overload, right? How to reset your body from the inside out. And oftentimes we don't realize it, but it is something that we can control inside our body. Hey, we can control it from what we allow inside our body. And we can, if we can get that control, those boundaries up, if we can create a shield to buffer and to protect our body from the mess that we're exposed to day in and day out, whether we drink it, breathe it, rub it on our skin, eat it voluntarily, we can control how we feel. We can control how we learn and develop. We can control how we respond to circumstances and situations. Frankly, we can control the aging process pretty well. Now, understand, no one gets out of here alive, but we all want the metaphoric fountain of life, youthful vitality all the days of our life, fully functional in spirit, mind, and body all the days of our life. So we're going to talk about that tonight. Genetics versus lifestyle. Hey, this is an important conversation to have because, look, I'm not going to go into a deep dive on genetics, but I'm going to tell you this. People blame their mom and dad for their heart disease or their high cholesterol or their schizophrenia or their brain issues or their dementia or their whatever the symptom, diabetes, metabolic disorders, or obesity, okay? But it really comes through shared habits. People never do what they want to do. They do what they know how to do. It's very difficult to unravel the years of habitual learned behaviors that we are all facing day in and day out. So it's not your genes. It's your habits that are causing your problems. Your lifestyle is causing you to have health challenges, not your genetics. Your genetics, you have a gene blueprint, okay? That's the genotype. But the phenotype is the expression of those genes. It's what you see when you look in the camera and see me. It's what I see when I see you out in the world. And if you feel puffy, if you feel swollen, if you feel inflamed, that is not your genes genotype. That is the expression of your genes trying to protect you from something more than likely. Left unchecked, it turns into worse symptom patterns that, again, you were not genetically born with, which means you have check engine lights in place that you need to address and deal with. So I really want you to understand genotype is blueprint. Phenotype is your choices, lifestyle. Your life, your health, your choice. That's why I say that. So genetics is essentially the gun, right? But you pulling the trigger is your lifestyle choices. And that's what is going to set off your body's health and wellness onward, upward, goodward, and Godward, or crash it into the dirt and you have a flaming uproar that is unnecessary. So good news, you can change your habits. Praise be to the Lord, glory to God. We can be conformed or transformed by the renewing of our minds and recognize that we don't have to participate in the world way. We don't have to shop down the aisles at the grocery store. We can stay on the perimeter. We can eat foods with no label. We can drink more quality water. We can hydrate with electrolytes and minerals. We can get vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids balanced out in our bodies. We can detox our system, and we can begin to see that we can move and groove, that we can get better rest, that we can have better tea, thoughts, emotions, actions in our lives, where we're producing good fruit, love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, kindness, self-control, as the good book talks about. Thank you for the Bible. That's the book for me, and I hope it's for you too. And so exciting that you don't have to be a victim of your genes any longer. You can now make good choices. But for those of you that have been waking up more tired in the morning than when you went to sleep, for those that wake up during the night and stare at the ceiling and wonder, oh, why am I the only one suffering right now? I really want you to know that the exhaustion that you feel typically is because your liver is not doing its job. Yep, she threw her head down. Liver, do your job. For the love of Pete, do your job. Your liver's most active between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. every morning. It's not that it's not active all throughout the day, but it's most active. There's 1,600 pathways your liver is working through during the night. And people that wake up hot, people that toss and turn, people that have nightmares, people that can't, get a good night of sleep without some sort of disruption because they got to wake up at night to pee or have a sinus attack or they have, coughing spells, typically is because the liver is struggling to do its job. So when you get that, you go, ding, bingo, Dr. Chapa is a detox expert. He's already been promoting this for 20 years, that if you're not detoxing in the 21st century, here's my plug. You better go to drchapawellness.com. You better get on my Detox in a Box protocol. You better enroll in the class programs. You better get ready even through the holidays. I got 7-day, 5 days, 21-day programs to help you through the holidays. And we can make this easy for you. We can make this a winning experience for you. And so have fun detoxing, controlling your life, controlling your choices, and seeing that your genes are nothing more than a product of your choices. And you will see more often than not that you will thrive in a world that is setting you up for failure. But you are now smarter and you are more equipped than ever, participating in the Doc Chapa Wellness Show every Monday night, and learning and growing and developing and learning practices and principles for you to feel better, live better, be better, stay better through food, detox, lifestyle, movement, all the things, hydration, remineralization, etc., etc., etc. This is what I've been teaching for years, guys. So when your body is, essentially at rest at nighttime, you are purging out yesterday's trash. There are organic acids, there are metabolites, there is gunk and funk in the lines that just through unwrapping the paper, the box, the package, spills off trash, waste, and debris. So natural processes spin off waste debris that needs to be excreted and processed out effectively. And if your liver is healthy, it does that no problem. If your liver is struggling, it does not do that so well. And it accumulates waste over time. And it's like your system needs to be defragged. It needs to be detoxed. It needs to be debloated of all the gunk and funk from yesterday. Your body produces more growth hormone when you're sleeping. So you heal, recover, rest, and digest better during the next day cycle because you did a good job of detoxing last night. If that process is blocked up in any way, then you're always going to wake up feeling tired, more tired than when you went to bed. Heavy, that feeling of drogginess, fogginess, achy throughout your body. And that is not necessary. So we have to tap into what we call the foundational pillars of health. Drainage, detox, the liver factory, the lymphatic trash highway, and the bowels as an exit channel. When you look at your body and you see that your body's inflamed, you see that your body has been struggling day in and day out for years and years and years, it's because the liver got bogged down and it couldn't keep up with the workload. And so it's very fascinating right now, that idea of toxins floating around our body and our liver not being able to keep up with it. I was just on a call with a guy just the other day, and he goes, I just don't understand or believe that the body can't handle the toxic burdens itself. And I'm like, you're right. The body can handle the toxic burden, but it needs help. It needs maintenance, because if you eat well, if you supplement well, if you recognize the soil's devoid of nutrients, therefore you're devoid of nutrients because you're eating crops or meats that are coming from nutrient poor soil, or worse, chemically adulterated soil, then your liver is now dealing with a problem of toxicity and a deficiency problem. And the liver cannot keep up with that load day in, day out, year after year, which is why you start seeing people get that yellowy eye. You start seeing that puffiness in their skin. You start seeing their hair falling out, pimples on their face, rashes on their body, or skin tags. You start seeing them have these restless nights. You start seeing blood pressure numbers go up. All these are check engine lights, guys. These are things that you can fix. And when the liver is working for you, 1,600 pathways, I promise you, you're going to function better. Isn't that good news? And then we flush the lymphatics. Do you realize if I could take your lymphatics out of your body right now, take them in the back, pop them like a rug, put them back in your system, you would feel outstanding inside of 15 minutes. It's amazing. It's true. You would feel amazing. The lymphatic trash highway should not be used. It should be or abused. It should be used for immune deburdening and making toxic acidic material be processed back through the liver appropriately. And the lymphatic system too, when it gets bound up, gunked up, stuck, slow, sluggish, that's a recipe for lymphatic swelling, lymph node swelling, a increase in white blood cell production, a need for cleaning out tissues. And when you start having symptom patterns like hot flashes or rashes that randomly pop up in weird places, especially like the folds of your armpits, under your breast, in your groin, in your butt cheeks, on your neck, these are problem sites because they're rich with lymphatic tissue. And so when those lymph nodes cannot keep up with the workload because the liver can't keep up with its workload, it's just a stair step backwards that has to be addressed. The lymphatics. If I literally did anything well for people is I take care of their liver. Hi, Mr. Liver. Hi, Mrs. Liver. And I'm going to take care of your little liver too, because the liver's the giver. And then flush the lymphatics. I've done a great work for you. But we could never, ever, ever, ever talk about detox foundational principles and practices without addressing the bowels. The bowels are critical mass. They are foundational root issues. If the bowels are not moving and grooving well, if you're not having 2 bowel movements a day, if you're not satisfied with your bowel movements, if you're not having bowel movements in the morning, guess what? You're slow, you're stuck, you're sluggish, you're setting yourself up for lymphatic waste buildup, you're setting your liver up for more stress, and you will need help and intervention to get this process underway. So the bowels are everything that I'm working on for people, the liver, the lymph tissues. And when we work on these tissues, the body thrives. And it is amazing. You make 3 million more neurotransmitters in your GI tract than you do in your brain. You make more B vitamins than you can shake a stick at in your digestive tract than you can ever imagine, for energy pathways, for detox pathways, for basic physiologic functional cellular pathways. Remember, there's trillions and trillions of cells in your body, and they need resources and nutrients. You're a tube from your mouth to your hiney, and if things are slow and sluggish, not going through the process well, they will back up into the liver, because the liver's smart. Because to the point, the liver knows how to take care of you first and foremost into survival mode, and it will leave designed to thrive and go to survive if it sees a backup or congestion in the bowels. So if you're not eliminating appropriately, you're accumulating waste, trash, debris, and the body loves to store toxins in the brain, which is why people get brain fog, in the fat cells, which is why people can't lose weight, and in joint capsules, which is why they have arthritis, or what I like to call arthrongus, because there's nothing rightus about it. There's nothing rightus about it. I know you think it's a dad joke, but it's true. It's so true. Oh my goodness. If you just realize, take care of your bowels, take care of your lymph system, take care of your liver, which the Detox in a Box does, which I do every day for all patients coming into the office at some level. I'm always working on these 3 areas often and always, because these are critical mass points that if you get them right, your body functions and thrives in the daily rhythms of life as it is and was always designed to thrive. Isn't it cool how I brought that title back to you? So let's talk about these toxins, man. How do we accumulate waste, right? Food, chemicals, plastics, metals, hormonal waste, stored in fat cells, joints, weak spots in the body, your brain tissue, which is a terrible, place to be storing toxins. And so I really want you to grab hold of this, because this is awesome right here. When I look up, just the amount of pounds, millions, trillions of pounds of trash that's released into the air on the regular, it's quite phenomenal. And it is unfortunate, but we are being exposed to compounds and chemicals very, very often. And airborne inhaled chemicals traffic. Everybody knows, like when you're breathing in industrial smog, that is things that cause nitric oxide, sulfur dioxide, ozone, carbon monoxide, volatile organic compounds. All are aromatics that create essentially a buildup in your body. If you're exposed to it, your body's got to deal with it. Okay, so vehicle exhaust, power plants, manufacturing facilities, wildfires, secondhand smoke, all are opportunities for these exposures to create and cause problems of inflammation in our body. Left unchecked is where problems begin to manifest. What kind of problems might you have? You might have cardiovascular disease, stroke issues, lung issues, asthma, COPD, increased cause of mortality. This is unfortunate. These particles and VOCs, it basically induce an oxidative stress process in your body. And when they build up in the tissues, if your body can't get them out regularly and effectively, that causes systemic or full body inflammation. And then that causes your body to have to deal with a burden, plus recover, plus continue to thrive, plus all the things that now you're stressed with other aspects of life, which is now slowing you down. Your bowels are slowing down, your liver's bogging down, your lymphatics are getting congested, and now it's a recipe for disaster. Mistake colossal, I like to say. And we don't want that. Okay, so this is why we have to get rid of these trash waste processes from our body. And we do that through phase 1, phase 2 liver detoxification. We do that because we have adequate B vitamins, because we have a good gut that's making healthy Bs, or glutathione, or activating our antioxidant systems. When these systems are running well, guys, you can handle some toxic burdens, but we were never designed to be exposed to this stuff at the level that we are today. So when you park your car in your garage, your whole house is exposed to benzenes, taurines, xylenes, sterines, and other VOCs. This is a big deal. These building materials inside your homes are outgassing, pressed woods, carpets, paints, furnitures. It is all there. If you're using cleaning products, or if you're using, the spray stuff to clean your furnitures, all these air fresheners, all are causing a buildup of toxicity. And you might not go, well, it's not like obviously poisoning me. Well, right. But what if you have headaches and that's the cause? What if you have a lot of mucus buildup, or you're constantly got drainage down the back of your throat, fatigue, or asthma, or you notice that when you leave town, you feel better. You come back home, you feel worse. What if you have, these liver spots popping up on your skin, or the heat rash that seems to happen every time you take a shower? This is accumulation at its finest. And when you recognize that accumulation is happening, then you go, oh, I'm a perfect candidate for the Dr. Chapa Detox in a Box. Go to drchapawellness.com. Get on it, man. Support the liver, detox the bowels, activate your antioxidant reserves, and your body will handle life for you and with you. And we're going to talk about in just a second some of this, but I just want to go in where some of these other toxins come from. What if you're using pesticides or herbicides? Oh my gosh. This is very, very real. These organophosphates, these glyphosates and herbicides are all in our agricultural air supply. They call it agricultural drift. Lawn care, pest control, your neighbors spraying it on their yard, you're getting it in yours, right? Household sprays, contaminated dust tracked indoors. It is all drivers for neural inflammation, brain inflammation, neurological body inflammation. And if you have basically neural toxicity, you could be the headache person, or you could have numbness and tingling down your arms, or you could have a chronic issue in your joints that you're not getting good neural firing to the joints to lubricate and heal those tissues at the deep, impactful level. These chemical compounds that we just covered are also endocrine disruptors. What does that mean? That means your hormones are going to be jacked. That means you're going to be hot flashy, moody, irritable, frustrated, cranky. You're going to have some issues somewhere show up in your weak link in the chain. And wherever your weak link in the chain is, typically if you take care of your bowels, your liver, and your lymphatics, you're going to see manifestations of good tidings. You're going to see your body begin to thrive. You're going to see your body elevate up. Whoo-wee, it gets me excited just talking about it because I've seen it. I've seen it in my own life. I've seen it in my family's life. I've seen it in people's lives for 20 years. And the people that participate in the Dr. Chapa way, you thrive. No doubt about it. No bones about it, so to speak. Developmental toxicity. People, especially our kids, our elderly, are having delayed development or the early onset aging processes. No one wants to be on the accelerated aging curve, and no one wants to see their kids suffering needlessly with ADD, ADHD, OCD, all the different, ODDs and all the different initials we like to label people with these days. And if you just took the time to clean up their diet, I've seen some of those diets, guys. I really have. And as much as I, help people through it, I tell people, we've got to teach our kids to eat real food. If you eat sometimes foods, fine. Those are sometimes foods. If you eat all the time foods, that's what you should predominate 80% of your diet with. But never foods, guys, never foods. Those got to go. And food processing chemicals is where we're getting the most toxins. The pesticide residues on your food are broad. Oh my goodness. You've got all kinds of stuff on your fruits, your vegetables, your grains, your oats, your wheats, your processed foods containing, these chemical crops, these glyphosates and fungicides, these neonicotinoids and these organophosphates. And I mean, oh my gosh, like what are those things? Some of these things are associated with your neural development issues or your hormone issues, or possibly even worse, like, the big C word, the scary one. Multiple residues on single food compounds are common cocktails for disaster. Many are metabolized via your liver. They are processed through your kidneys. They get stuck in your gut. They disrupt the neural synaptic activity in your brain. They bog down your neurotransmitters. They cause your gut to be slow. They cause your bile flow to be less. They cause your liver to not detox. And now we know why accumulation is a real problem. The body should be able to handle these toxins, but it just, unfortunately, in the 21st century, needs some help. So if you're not detoxing in the 21st century, guys, you best be getting ready. You got trouble on the way. You're steering into a nasty piece of weather, so says Mary Poppins guy on the Mount. And he's telling Mr. Banks, you're going into a nasty piece of weather. I can see the problem. Stop heading that way. Turn, about face. Let's go the different direction. And then you've got forever chemicals, packaging chemicals that are on your food. You're microwaving these chemicals directly into your popcorn, into the little, what is that thing called? I'm going to call it a pizza pocket, but it's basically a piece of bread with a pizza stuff inside. And you like warm it up in the wrapper. That's forever chemicals, right? This is not in some packaging. It's in darn near all packaging. And so it's in your cookware. I was just looking for different cookwares this morning, and I was seeing that cookware that won't poison you. Whoa, that's a slogan, right? Because that's a problem. I'm actually buying cookware that might poison me. Yes. Did you know I used to own birds? And a little fun fact about Dr. Chapa, loves all creatures, loves animals. I had parakeets. And when I was studying, and yes, I did study how to raise birds because I want to do a good job. I want to take seriously the art of caring for a creature that I choose to bring into my house under my roof and to call my pet. It said, do not leave a bird near a kitchen or in a small space where you use Teflon pans. What? Non-stick. That's what that means. If you use non-stick cookware, you're poisoning yourself. And it will affect directly from just the outgassing of those pans your bird. Wow. I had no idea. So this is a forever chemical. These bisphenols, BPA, BPS, all are in linings. They're in plastics. These phthalates are basically, they've determined that they're in every packaged food that is being purchased. And so your food is being stored in this stuff. So when they're so present and you have symptom patterns like endocrine issues, that could be hot flashes, moody, irritable, frustrated, depressed. You could have, overweight issues. You can't lose weight. You've tried everything. That could be sleep disruption. That could be blood pressure issues, high cholesterol. That could be headaches or migraines. That could be sinus issues. The list is long. Just pick your window. Where's the body breaking down for you? And that's where your symptoms are. you need the detox. Slow to clear often. And I think I've kind of beat this slide to death for you, but I really want you just to appreciate that food chemicals, plastics, metals, and hormone waste are everywhere. So I won't go much further into detail because I could. Hydration plus minerals. If you're not hydrating well, there's a great book that is Your Body's Many Cries for Water. There's another great book. You're not sick, you're thirsty. Oh my goodness. When you add good water, good salt, good minerals, your body begins to feel good, live good, stay good day in and day out. This creates food rhythm. Whenever I wake up in the morning, I drink a quarter teaspoon of my wellness salt plus my 6 to 8 ounces of water. Then I do some electrolytes. Then I do some peptides. I do some mineral force. And then what I discover is I'm primed, man. I'm ready to rock and roll. And this doesn't break my fast. This sets me up. Then I go work out. I go for a walk. I go do a cold bath. Then I do the exercise. I pay the rent, if you will, on the exercise game. The big basics you can start with right now. Hydrate, salt, mineral force. Your life will change. If you get into this process, if you enroll yourself in following me on all my socials and you learn with us, you do the 5-day lean challenge, you do the 7-day detox, you do the 10-day reset, you do the 21-day full body detox, you will thrive in a way that others would go, what are you doing? You look so good. You're radiant. Your hair is flowing. Your skin is beautiful. Your teeth are white. Your eyes are bright. Your energy is vibrant. You're sexy and attractive. Woo! Who wants to be a sexy and attractive human being today? All of us do. And I want you to be that also. My son just walked by and he chunked me a deuce and says, I do. And of course he does. Everybody, young and old, want to be beautiful, wonderful, sexy creatures. And you deserve to be. And remember, I like this, the name of this program started. You're designed to thrive, right? So detox myths that we have to talk about. Because I know I talk a lot about detox. And I was talking to a guy just the other day, and he thought a detox means you've got to go check yourself into a facility. I'm like, what? I'm still shocked. People don't realize that detoxification is not a starvation diet. You don't have to check yourself into a facility. It is not a juice and tea diet. It is not going to be a pot diet where you're sitting on the pot all day long. Detox was going to make me feel weak. Not going to happen, guys. Detox is your methodology to clean, restore, revitalize your tissues, your cells, your organs, your glands, and you can do it in your home with your own utensils. Isn't that good news? With your own choices and with Dr. Chapa's help. drchapawellness.com, the detox in a box, your way out. You got symptom patterns? The detox in a box has got answers. Dr. Chapa Wellness has got you covered. Gets me fired up and excited, ready for yet another beautiful, wonderful detox program ahead. I hope you're getting excited. I hope you go to drchapawellness.com right now and get your detox in a box today and stop messing around and give this a go. This is step one. This will literally be 3 weeks worth of effort, 3 months worth of benefit. So when detox is done right, you will feel clear, you will feel lighter, you'll be more energized, and you will see a shift in brain fog, sleep issues, skin, energy. You will see yourself moving forward. Look, just because you do one detox doesn't mean you're going to have an instant resolve of all symptoms. Although I've seen the big C go away in 21 days. I've seen autoimmunity balance in 21 days. I've seen diabetes balance out in 21 days. I've seen triglycerides go from 4,000 to 300 or 400 in 21 days by just doing and I mean it, 3,000 down to 400. It was awesome, 21 days. And we didn't even do a full out detox because the person was so toxic, they couldn't handle it. We had to build them a smaller type protocol. So I don't need you to be perfect, you see. That's why that second picture is talking. I just need you to be consistent. I need you to make the big steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's keep moving, onward, upward, goodward, and Godward. Your right next step is with me, Dr. Aaron Chapa. I got you covered. Generation jumpers, man, my family call. My dad's called me a generation jumper for many years, and I held it tight all these years in my spirit. And the Bible says in Hebrews 10:23 to hold fast your confession of hope, for the God who is faithful has promised. Woo-wee, get you fired up. Lord, Thank you for my father calling me a generation jumper. Guys, I'm calling you guys generation jumpers. You can change the family dynamics, the health stories that have once called y'all heart disease, cancerous, or some sort of dementia demise. Now you can live strong, be strong, and live strong all the days of your life. Somebody say something powerful in the comments below. Somebody say that this is what you wanted to hear today, because it should encourage you and strengthen you to go forth in your resolve to do the right next thing. So guys, if you're dealing with fatigue, brain fog, patterns, bloating, these are just check engine lights. Exhaustion is not your end game. If you are in a space where your body's in survival and you're not thriving, I want to tell you, be the first to tell you, you are designed to thrive. You are designed by God. By Christ's stripes, you've been made well and healed and whole and complete, and you get to walk in that believer's authority, and you get to hold fast that confession of hope without wavering, knowing that the God who has promised is faithful, and you can join the Design to Thrive Masterclass. You can be a part of what we're doing day in and day out, each and every week, each and every day, each and every month, quarter, wherever you find yourself on the wellness journey. Integrate yourself into the process, the Dr. Chapa way, the Dr. Chapa blueprint. I will teach you how to live best, be best, stay best through food, lifestyle, movement, hydration, good positive thinking, and maximizing who you are in Christ, and your identity will naturally come forth. If you are ready for the 21-day detox in a box, there's that QR code. Get on it. If you're ready to order, you scan that bad dog. It'll take you to the website, and you can get access, and you can take that next step forward to feeling better, being better, staying better, one bite at a time, one choice at a time. It's your life, your health, your choice. I really want you to grab hold of that. I really want you to get on the detox in a box. I really want you to experience a better version of you. I want you to know I've got a community that you can tap into. I've got wellness resources that you can tap into. I've got courses that you can tap into that will educate you and teach you and train you how to do this and do this well. I love the detox. It's been something I've used for years and years and years. I've helped many, many symptom patterns go away in people's bodies. I've taken care of my own body using this program and process, and I know it will help you. If you got dirty bowel syndrome, which you probably don't even know what that is, you're a candidate for the detox. But if you've got any digestive irritation, acid reflux, indigestion, bloating, gas, any type of thing going on like that, guess what? The detox in a box is a great way to start moving your body's health in the right direction. If you got rashes or blood pressure problems on medications, been on medications, you are a candidate for the detox. If you have brain fog, headaches, if you have allergies, your body, if you see floaters or spots, if you're waking up in the middle of the night, hot as a pistol, you're a candidate for the detox. If you wake up at night to pee, you're a candidate for the detox. And if you wake up more tired in the morning, you're a candidate for the detox. You see how this game plays? There really isn't anything that you wouldn't have that I couldn't put this in as a one and done and start you on your journey. Is it your final destination journey? No. It is a step in the right direction. And that's what I want you to grab hold of. So the detox in a box at drchopawellness.com, hit that QR code and your life will change. This is exciting. Guys, if you love the class, if you love what you're seeing, and if you're participating in my world, I'm thankful to have you. I love you. I'm excited for you. I want you to share our social medias everywhere. I want you to be tapped in, dialed in to what we're doing with drchopawellness.com, because your life, your family's life, your generational life depends on it. And I'm excited to bring to you each and every Monday night a new awesome class to keep you focused, keep you dialed in, keep you excited about the next right step. And tonight we've been talking about the detox in a box process. drchopawellness.com. If you can't do the detox in a box, I've got other programs that will help you, the Nourish and Renew. I've got 5-day, 7-day, I've got 10-day. I got it all, man, because I've learned how to integrate into people's lives and be a blessing at the level they can participate. Everybody can participate. It's your life. I really want you to get this. It's your choice. Make a good choice today, and your health will thank you. Your family will thank you. Your future will thank you. Your generational line will thank you. Isn't that good news? So if you like tonight, give me a bunch of thumbs up, share it with 5 or 6 of your friends, and tell them, go check out Dr. Chapa, because Dr. Chapa loves you.